नायकाय गणदैवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गीततत्त्वाय गीतगोत्राय धीमहि घोरगल्पाय गन्धमत्ताय गोजयप्रदाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीशाय गुणप्रविष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. Thank you.
Respected Secretary and Correspondent of the institution, Srujana Sravanthi Garu, Principal of the institution, Professor A.S. Reddy Garu, and the CEO of Technology Business Incubator JNTUH, Mr. Karthik, and startup founder, Dr. Usha Rani Madam, and the Incubation Center Program Manager of Sri Krishna Devaraya University, Anantapur, Ms. Sain. So, and my dear, my friends, fellow colleagues, and my dear faculty members and my dear students. So, we are here for, we are in the process of building startups, making our students rather may take interest in doing startups, and we do not know whether the startup can sometime become a unicorn also. So there are a lot of people, example of startups that are taken place in colleges or institutions and developed into unicorns. Like I'll tell you a small story. In Chennai, there happens to be a person who studied in IIM Ahmedabad. Then he wanted to do a startup because his mother was selling idlis in the streets. So he wanted to sell idlis. After completing his graduation at IIM Ahmedabad, MBA, even though he got a very good package and very good job, so he wanted to do idli selling. And it has become a very chain of restaurants. You can see this type of journey so that they can develop the startup. So with this small introduction, I hope I have very little knowledge about startups and all, but I am just slowly learning, and eventually I have become the coordinator for our CMR Engineering College, so that we can make a business incubator here also. So in that process, we have also taken training in Sri Krishna Devaraya University for 2 days, and this is a small journey we have started, and I hope other experts in this August gathering would enlighten you throughout the day, and definitely I would say a spark will come out from this gathering, and which will end up with a very big startup. Thank you. Thank you for giving opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our AIML HOD, Dr. Kumaraswamy sir, to speak a few words.
Respected Secretary sir, Principal sir, and other dignitaries on the dais, my dear faculty members and students. It is one of the great ideas. Actually, we can say the incubations are available in the campuses. You can say in our CMR EC also the incubation center is available, and it is working for I can say long amount of time. And many times I came to know that students are working on the different ideas, and one student got a startup, for his startup idea approximately 1 CR money has been sanctioned by the governments, and it is a good story, but the number is less. Can we take up some of the ideas, and those ideas can be translated into a project, and that idea internally can be converted into a business entrepreneur. That is the basic idea of this particular what I can say is this particular workshop kind of thing. So now let us take this particular thing as an opportunity, and let us learn how to convert the basic ideas into the entrepreneurship and a business. When I say it's an entrepreneurship, it cannot be completed by 6 months or 1 year, or it cannot be completed even 2 to 3 years. It is a lifelong journey. So to sustain an idea till the I can say maybe around 40 or 50 years is the biggest challenge. That is what actually we need to learn from this particular one. I hope this particular session will help us to understand these particular implications, so that we learn all these things. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. I would like to request our secretary and correspondent, C.H. Srishalam Reddy Garu, to address the gathering.
Respected our principal sir, and today's our guest Karthik sir, from CEO of JNTU Business Incubation Center, and Usharani madam, she's the startup founder and also the mentor, and also Saini from SK University, she's the coordinator for this program. Firstly, I welcome you all for this program. This is the Srujana Sravanthi Mala, it's like we have done an MOU with the SK University. They have done Atal Incubation Center. So it's like right from day one, with your idea or anything, they will guide you towards like establishing your own startup like that. So shortly, with the help of the SK, we are also establishing an incubation center in our college also. So this center will help you all, like various programs every monthly or weekly they will be conducting over here. So I request all the students, because as you know, now the latest trend is with a small idea you can make wonders. So it's a great opportunity. Instead of for you, as a job seeker, it's better to give jobs to others. So in that way, you come up with your own idea, work towards this, because nowadays it's really simple. With an idea and with the help of the technology and the mentors and all those things, you can do wonders over here. So do participate actively in this program. Till evening this program will go on. So do listen to all the mentors over here. Take the inputs, give whatever valuable, you have any questions, ask them. So it will be a year-long program. So do use this as a great opportunity for you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite our beloved chief guest, Mr. Karthik, Technology Incubator CEO, JNTUH, to speak a few words.
Morning everyone. Good morning to all the dignitaries on the dais, and hi students and faculty. Hello. Yeah. So I've been told as CEO of the incubator and all the big designations and everything, I look young, but I'm not that young. Okay. I come with 15 years of experience working, and then I had my own startup which I ran for 5-6 years, and then I closed it off, and I've had the experience of working with companies like Caterpillar, Microsoft, and I'm an ex-Microsoft employee. And then what I'm doing now is how not to run a business is what I'm teaching the students. Okay, how to run a business, what is the templates you have to do, all the business canvas models, everything. There are n number of people who can teach you all that. How not to run a business, there are only few people who do that, and we are all non-IIT, non-IIM people, and we can do better things. Okay, how many of you know Sricharan Lakkaraju? Okay, very few. Okay, so me and Sricharan, we are on this agenda, we are on this mission to make non-IITs, non-IIMs students successful. So we can also do. There is nothing great about it. We have been successful. We can also make you successful. So on that note, I'll just give you 3 points which I wanted to share with you all. Now, because we are talking about innovation, entrepreneurship and everything. First thing is, innovation doesn't come overnight. Okay, it's not something that you have a dream in your sleep and then the next day you build an Apple iPhone. No, it's not that. It's a continuous process. So just be, keep that in mind, that innovation is a continuous process. You have to fail sometimes to be successful. All the successful entrepreneurs that you talk to, they are not successful overnight. So they have gone through a rigorous journey and then they are successful. And again, innovation is always about looking at things from others' perspective. This is what most of you as students miss, because everyone thinks your idea is something greater than iPhone or something greater than Microsoft or Google. So just don't be in that perspective. Talk to people. Whenever you get an idea, talk to your mentors, talk to your friends, ask them for the feedback, and then understand if your innovation would be feasible or not. And the third most important point that most of I see some faculty also here, and principal sir and everyone is here, they all might feel little bad about it, but I would like to say this: innovation, unless and until it is sold, there is no meaning for it. Most of the professors, you have your patents. Unless until it is commercialized, we as entrepreneurs, we don't see any value in it. For me, everything is money. Bottom line is, we have to earn money, right? Unless and until you earn money, there is no value for you. So keep that in mind and go with the only motto that you have to build a business which can earn money. After that, you can do your social work and become a social responsibility citizen and all. But unless and until you become rich, nobody will listen to you. Okay? First become rich, then become a philosopher. Right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now I would like to invite Dr. Usharani ma'am, startup founder, to speak a few words.
So if 10, 12 years back, if somebody told me that I would be standing this side of the dais and talking to people like you, I would have been sitting there, by the way. So it would have been unimaginable for me. But good morning to all, and thank you for the warm welcome and the plant. And yeah, my name is Usha. I am food scientist by background and hardcore researcher. My interest is formulation, product formulation. How many food engineering people here? Raise your hands. Anybody? No? All sciences? All technology? IT people, how many? Nobody? Chemical engineering? Nobody? Okay, right. I don't know how many of you will actually relate to my startup then. So, I have been called to talk about women as the center of innovation. So, first thing, women. So we see a very staggered, a very skewed kind of ratio of women in the key decision-making roles. Like how, for example, I'm from a nutrition background. So the place where I work, that is ICMR, National Institute of Nutrition, what we do is we decide the nutritional levels. How much of iron a person should consume in a day, how many calories a person should eat in a day, how much protein should get into your body. So we are the people who actually decided based on the research that we do in the field. So in a room, let's say 10 people are there who are supposed to decide how much of the Indian population should have calories, and all 10 people are men. So there will be one-sided perspective because they will think only from the perspective of a man. But if you add, let's say, 4 women in that 10 people, they will think from a completely different perspective, because women are the people who are running a family, who are running businesses, who are going to offices, and they know or they cater to so many different roles. So they will definitely add a fresher perspective, a different creativity to any, the same problem. We will still be deciding how much calories to eat, but just that we will decide, okay, a pregnant woman may be requiring a little more calories. Old people might be requiring a little more calcium. So that's how women will be bringing a different perspective to the table. So definitely women in the leadership roles is very, very important. coming to innovation. Why women innovation? So, very simply put, it's in our genetic makeup. My mom, for example, if I'm eating that masala dosa with upma, I know that the dosa is fresh, but the upma is the leftover of the night. If I'm eating vegetable rice in the morning, rice is left from the night. So this is her innovation. She will not let me know, but yeah, I mean, you can make out, innovation is there. So it's our genetic makeup. How many of you follow that Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts? Raise your hands. I have to see all hands raised. Please. Yeah, even my hand is raised. So during the COVID, I was seeing so many of these reels where they were making scrunchies. Scrunchies, the rubber bands that we put to the hair. How many of you have seen those kind of reels? Hey, you can raise your hand, it's okay. Women in the room, please. Yeah. So there are so many YouTube shorts on how to upcycle or how to recycle the products that are available at home. You know, painting or planters or, you know, making gadgets from the magnets available at home. So these are all that are naturally coming to women. So we don't have to, you know, put extra effort to become an innovator, you know. And innovation is something that is the key for startup, right? And another important thing is passion. Unless you have passion for any problem that you're trying to address as a startup, I don't think there will be any excellence that you can achieve. Because without passion, it will become another job for you. You know, you'll get bored after some time, you don't want to do it anymore, or things like that. Like for example, if your mom tells you, కింద కిరాణా షాప్ నుంచి ఏదో సాల్ట్ తీసుకురా, అక్కడ పక్క నుంచి ఆటా తీసుకురా, we will all get bored. But if the Swiggy person or the Dunzo or the Blinkit person had thought like that, he wouldn't have come up with a software for that. Like, you know, he came up with 10 minutes delivery, 9 minutes delivery. That's the key buzzword that they try to use. So it's important that we see every problem or every question with a passion. So passion and you know, another important thing is initiation. So many women have business ideas, many women want to do something different, but then taking the first step, we always have that fear, the fear of judgment, you know, what people will think. She's cooking food and selling, maybe she's in dire need of money, somebody will just put a taunt, and again we are, you know, facing that, okay, log kya kahenge, you know, what will people say? So fear of judgment, it could be financial fear also, like you might not be having the kind of money, or you know, it could be the fear of loss, what if I fail, you know, that kind of doubts that we have in our mind. All these things, you know, are hurdles in taking that first step. That first step is very crucial. Once you take the courage to leap beyond that fear, then problems will still be there. It's not like suddenly you will become Cinderella, but then still, at least you have many doors opening for you. Solutions are available, and there are people who are trying to help you. Like, you know, if you are able to sit throughout the entire day today, you will know that there are so many people who are here to help you if you have an idea, right? To make that idea into a viable business. Like Karthik sir was saying, there is no use of any idea if it cannot be commercialized. You know, how much ever we talk of societal change, like he was saying, unless hard cash is there in our hand, we will not be able to, like, you know, sustain that passion. So passion has to be monetized. So that is also another important thing. Passion, innovation, and the third thing is initiation. The first step, taking the first step. So, like coming to my startup story, my company's name is TFF, the Food Formula Private Limited. So when I was in a corporate job, we were trying to do this. Okay, I think I will share my. Yeah, I'll share my startup story later, I guess. Oh, this is only a shorter version then. I will move on to other guests. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, ma'am. That was so relatable and needed. Now I would like to invite Ms. Shaheen Garu, Program Manager, Atal Incubation Center, to speak a few words.
Hi, good morning. You guys made my job tough because you spoke innovation, you spoke how we should not do business, and women perspective. What is there for me to talk? Tell me. And even Cinderella, reels, everything is covered. There is nothing for me to talk. But let me chart out my own way. So they talk about entrepreneurship. What an entrepreneur will do? They'll solve a problem, right? So they spoke. Let us sing a song for that, right? Are you with me? Yes? No, I didn't hear. Please. Okay. So you might heard this song like, we will rock you, right? But we will change one word there. So we will sing, we will solve you. Got it? Yes. This row, you just lift your right hand and you guys lift your left hand and sing with me. Come on. Come on, guys. Are you with me? Super. I'll count 3 and then we'll sing. Right? Even faculty members, please. That would be an encouragement for your students. So you are the role models to them. Come on, ready? 1, 2, 3. We will solve you. We will solve you. Yeah, again. We will solve you. Thank you so much. Little bit of introduction because that is needed. I am Shahin. I am a serial entrepreneur. I have 2 companies. That is Blue Moon Private Limited and Extend Keys Private Limited. I'm basically into non-academics. I provide those courses and those skills which are not being provided by any universities. And I also work with NGOs called WASAN organization, which is into watershed management in their case studies. And I also work with Hyper International. Apart from that, I am a fellow, that is entrepreneur in residence at Atal Incubation Center. So on behalf of the Atal Incubation Center, I organize programs like this. I design and I organize programs for entrepreneurs, for FDPs, that is faculty members, and design thinking workshops, many other programs. And I was part of Unleash Global Innovation Lab recently. That was happened in Mysore campus with the support of Infosys Foundation. So I'm in the piloting stage. So this is what is with me, and I'm looking forward to have a great event with your support. And please let me know how can we make this event interesting to you, because you are the one who are going to listen to this entire talks. You just come to me and tell me how can we make this interesting. Are you with me? Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward to you. Thank you. Students and faculty members. And we have special message from Dr. Chintan Vaishnav. He is the director of Atal Innovation Mission, and I would request you to play that small video, please.
Startup 20X is a platform which hopes to hear stories from every person in the startup ecosystems all over the world. You know, these may be people with ideas, innovators, startups, people, managers of incubation centers, policymakers, investors, women, youth, people with disabilities, grassroots innovators, you name it. But people who are engaged in building startup ecosystems, doing something for startup ecosystems all over the world. This is a platform for them. This has come about because we realize as we get the Startup 20 engagement group going on the G20. If we are not careful, we will stay limited to just the voices of experts in such ecosystems who will build policies. But the real action for startups is on the ground. It's one idea at a time. It's one investment at a time. It's one business model at a time. It's one policy at a time. We want to hear these voices because we have a firm conviction that the global policy for startups should be, the shaping of that should be in the hands of the startup ecosystems of the world. This is a platform for that. In our nation, Mahatma Gandhi coined this beautiful phrase, Antyodaya, which meant the welfare of the very last person standing in the line. Star 20X is the Antyodaya of the startup ecosystems of the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those encouraging words and some insights on Startup 20X. And we also have a special message from Dr. Shiva Kiran, the CEO of Atal Incubation Center, and I would request you to play that video of CEO.
Good morning and namaste. I am Dr. Shiva Kiran, CEO of Atal Incubation Center, Sri Krishna Dev Raya University, Anantapur, Andhra Pradesh. Greetings to all of you. Today we are here. We are happy that India has taken the presidency of G20 this year, and under this G20, there are several initiatives that have been taken by the government. We all know that a single person cannot do anything, and a single nation cannot progress on its own. We need to have collaborations and partners. The G20 is one such partnership. G20 means group of nations, 20 nations coming together. They represent almost 75% of the world population, around 70% of the global GDP, and equal amount of land mass. So you can understand the importance of this partnership and the role India is playing the same as the president. And during this presidency, Government of India has introduced many innovative steps. One among them is Startup 20. The G20 has several layers of discussions, deliberations, negotiations, meetings with different ministries and different stakeholders. But here, for the first time, India has introduced a vertical called Startup 20. The introduction of this Startup 20 in this G20 itself is a testimonial to the role of startups that are happening all around the world. The startup phenomenon is not just in India. Every country is catching up, be it developed country, developing country, and aspirational countries. They are looking at startups to solve many of their problems. In olden days, during industrial revolution or after that, a lot of industries have come up in different sectors. But these industries will take a long time to come to the product, to stabilize, to solve some big problems. But startups are so small, they're nimble, they can change just like that. But the way they're going to create impact is humongous. Just look at many of these logistics startups, e-commerce startups, satellite imagery startups, healthcare startups. They grow at a very rapid pace, and also they employ a lot of people. So that is the reason startups are the buzzwords today. Every nation, every economy is talking about, because they look at startups as not just as some new phenomenon that is happening. Startups supposed to create a lot of jobs in a short time. They provide new solutions for the problems. They work with different stakeholders and bring innovative solutions. And who can be better drivers of this startup ecosystem than the students. So you are all the key stakeholder of this startup ecosystem. To celebrate this, we have this program for Startup 20X. So if you look at 20, it is a super skill.
To translate. Fine? Okay. So, good thing is, I was told that I am a keynote speaker today, just now. So, I don't have anything prepared to trouble you for hours together. Whatever it is, we'll keep it very interactive. And I'll just, instead of going it in a woman's perspective or men's perspective, for me, entrepreneurship is entrepreneurship. If you're burning your hands, you're burning your hands. It's not about women or men, right? So, for now, let us keep that gender-specific entrepreneurship or innovation aside. Let us discuss in general about what entrepreneurship is. How many of you actually want to become entrepreneurs? Okay, why? You don't want to do a job, that's why entrepreneurship. Okay. MNCs. Okay. You? Society. First make money. So, amongst boys, who wants to become an entrepreneur? To earn money. Copy paste, huh? Okay. Oh, nice. Anyone else? You? Can you shout? Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? What is that? Money is everything. Okay. So when I talk to students, most of them they come to TBI's. TBI is Technology Business Incubator. Most of the students come to the incubator saying that, sir, I want to start a company. One of the major reasons is I have a backlog. Okay, how many of you have that? Oh, no backlogs. I heard few. Okay. So yeah. So these are some of the reasons that come to my observation when I talk about entrepreneurship. First thing is, students, they want to go for masters, MS, MTech, MBA and all. Second thing is, you get a good placement. The last option, if nothing is happening, have some backlogs, then the buzzword today is startup. So let's do something in entrepreneurship. That is the real-time picture. So I can't use all the fancy language or the jargon that the previous speakers or anyone uses. So I am known to be brutally honest. So let's be very casual, and I don't look that dangerous or professional so that you all can be scared of me. So let's keep this very interactive, and let's see why entrepreneurship right now. Why people are talking about this everywhere. Okay. Next one. So why now? How many are just want to see what kind of audience I have? How many are from CSE? When I say CSE, AML, blockchain, whatever. Okay, only CSE class is free today, so you are all asked to come and sit here. Yeah? Yes. All are getting attendance? Yes. Biometrics? Or just attendance? Okay. Because wherever I go, in colleges, students say they have biometrics, and morning, evening they have to put the biometrics. It's a mandate of JNTU. And in JNTU, we don't have biometrics. Okay? So yeah, that's the irony. And you are all from which year? Second years? Any second years? All second years. How many third years? Let's target them. Okay. So what are your plans? Like your professors ask you, 5 years from now. Placements, okay. Placement. Later higher studies. Once you start earning, there is no concept of higher studies. Just enjoy, that's all. Okay. So, how many of you go for all your third years? Have you done any internships? Have you done any extra projects? Okay. How many are you in the class in strength of 60 or 66? That is one section, or how many sections you have? 2, 120. Okay. So we are talking about 120, 130. Somewhere around. All you 120 people, you go to an interview, right? How would your resumes look like? Except for your major project, whatever you go to USA, the Amirpet of ours. Except for that section, how will your resumes look like? Everyone will have the same objective to excel in a friendly working environment or whatever it is, and then your educational background and your hobbies, your personal interests, playing cricket, watching TV, playing badminton, all these things. So 90% of the resumes that I look at from students have all these things. So how do you want to become unique? So let's say once you go for your placements, the HR would definitely ask you, why should they hire you? What would you say? Again, third years. Let us ask them. All 6 said you want to go for placements. So let's say I am the HR now. Okay. And I say, why should I hire you? What would you answer? Entally? Tell me. Okay. So there is no reason why I should hire you. So this is where entrepreneurship will help you. It is not about leaving your jobs, leaving your placements, leaving your masters or whatever it is. Entrepreneurship can also help you in building your resumes, building your profile. So in your bachelor's itself, trust me, how many of you lost your bachelor's time in COVID? Your third years, you must have lost like 1 year or 1.5 years, is it? 1 year. So this 4 years is the best time you can have in your life. Like your parents must be saying from your 7th standard or 10th standard, saying that, just work for this 10th class. First year, second year of inter, you can enjoy. Come to inter, 2 years, you go into a good college, you can enjoy. In bachelor's, work for 4 years, you can enjoy. Trust me, job is the most hopeless thing in life. Your professors also will agree. Okay? We'll have money, but there is no scope to enjoy. So bachelor's is the only time when you can enjoy your life and experiment with your life. So this is the time where nobody will judge you, nobody will question you. Of course, if you waste some money, that's okay. If you are financially stable, then your parents are supporting you. Try to experiment things. Try to build a product, and when you go to your placements interviews, just put the product in front of your HR. Say that this is what I have designed, this is what I have built. It may not be a hardware product also, because you're all CSE students. Let's say you have built a web app or a mobile application, or for that matter some code that you have written on your own. Show that this is the innovation, this is the thing that you have done, and you are building something out of it, you have earned something out of it. I don't see a reason why the HR shouldn't hire you. Do you agree? Because that is what your resume says. Because as an entrepreneur, you can understand what the employer is feeling. If you are on the other side of the table, you will understand how the employer would feel. Because as an employee, I always had this inhibition that no, my employer is earning crores of rupees from whatever work I am doing. And once I started getting into this entrepreneurship, and when I learned how to earn money, even to earn a rupee, even to get an order of 10,000, 15,000 also, how hard you should go around people, then you'll understand what is entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is the time where you can experiment with things, big or small, whatever it is. I see some students doing some affiliate marketing. How many of you know what affiliate marketing is? Okay, yeah. So it's like extending the links of Amazon or PhonePe or whatever it is into your website, and people click on it, you earn some money. So there are a lot of things you can do, and one of my students from JNTU itself, he is earning more than 35,000 per month doing only affiliate marketing. And one of the greatest gold mines that you all are sitting on is students. You are in the students community. You do anything, it can spread like viral. Okay, instead of all this Snapchat, Instagram, and the reels that you do, which is always okay, but spend some time, at least half an hour a day, thinking about what extra you can do, and then there is no doubt that you can build something innovative. Okay. Next. So, entrepreneurship, the good side of it. The bad side of it, there is always there. You will have sleepless nights. One of the things personally I would share with you, when I had my own business, so I had a manufacturing industry in Cherlapalli which is still running, and when I had that, my wife used to say that I used to attend meetings in my sleep when I was sleeping also, and that too in English. I was a little scared about it. So the good thing about it is entrepreneurship is you can live your life. Whatever you want to experiment, you can do it. You don't have to listen to your manager, because when I was working in Caterpillar, there were a number of instances. By the way, I am a mechatronics engineer, half mechanical, half electronics engineer. So I was working as a design engineer for Caterpillar. How many of you know Caterpillar? No one? Good. So how many of you saw this logo of CAT, cat, yellow and black with a raised above on this JCBs and all? Anyone? Or on shoe for that matter? Okay. So I was working as a design engineer for marine engines in US. We were designing the castings for engines and all. So my manager, n number of times, he used to say that, design this in whatever way he wants to. And as a manufacturing expert, I knew that that wouldn't be feasible in manufacturing. Still, I had to do that just because my manager was seeing it. Because if I go against him, he would fire me. And still I did that. Again, it used to come back to us saying that it is not feasible in manufacturing. So again, change the design. I was happy filling my timesheets. I used to get my pay and I was satisfied. But internally I had this feeling that I'm doing something which I know that is wrong. That you wouldn't have in your entrepreneurship. If you feel something is right, you can experiment with it. Okay. And again, continuous learning. So when I started my manufacturing business, later on in around 2015-16 or so, there was this buzzword of IoT. How many of you did all this ultrasonic sensor, PIR sensor, Arduinos, Raspberry Pis projects and all? I see very few hands raising. Okay, so as a mechanical engineer, I didn't know anything about this. Just because we saw that there is an opportunity to,
Okay? Yes. See you at 1:45. Then to move to the other part of the program, that is panel discussion, where we'll be having speakers to give the perspective of incubator. In the morning, Mr. Karthik, CEO of JNTU TBI, was telling that how his incubator is going to help. So that was a glimpse. Now he clearly explains you, if you have any idea and if you go to him, how he can help. And also we have Dr. Ucharani. She is a woman startup founder. She's a founder. So she'll bring the woman perspective to this entrepreneurial ecosystem. And we also have one of your faculty, so Kumaraswamy Garu, so he'll give the management's perspective on how they can help you in leveraging the resources that your college have, and if you come up with some ideas how they can help support you, right? For that I would request 1 second. They think out of the box. They come out of their comfort zone. And people I have seen here few boys and girls they are just simply enjoying. Of course, you have to enjoy it, but you also have to do something to make yourself different. Otherwise, no one gives you a damn. And how many of you are confident that after graduation or after BTech, I'll get a placement like this, and you might be having an attitude I got a job in the placement, so I'm someone who is great. No. That is not going to happen now. Recently you might have seen the so-called big companies are laying off their employees who are working with them since 20 years and 25 years. You can imagine where are you now? By the time you come out of the college, you're left with nothing. For that, you are not taking it serious. I can understand your age, you are in enjoyment mode and you are enjoying your student life. But this is the time for you to think and do something parallelly with your academics. At least, when you come out of the college, you'll be having something as an alternative for your job. Or else, 1 year is good, 2 years you can enjoy, and 2 years or 3 years you can skip. After that, you will definitely feel pressure and you take up those jobs which you don't deserve. So, these are the realistic examples or things that I would like to share with you, and we have chairs arranged. Now I would request Mr. Karthik to come on stage for the panel discussion, please. And yes, I would request Dr. Usha Rani to join us on stage.
As per the numbers, there are only 15 to 18% of startups in which women are founders. Okay, and those are the official numbers. But if you see the facts, most of those 15 to 18% also they have women because there are subsidies, there are other advantages that you have if you have a woman co-founder. And most of the time it is where someone like me or some XYZ, they'll have an idea, they want to start something, and then they want to start a private limited company, and instead of having their brothers or their friends as co-founder, they have their wife as a co-founder, and it is only for a namesake purpose. So that is what happens on ground. But if you go by numbers, I think 15 to 18% is very less. And if you see the unicorns, the so-called unicorns of India, there are only 15% of unicorns. We have 110, 111 unicorns, and out of them I think 14 or 15 startups have women as their co-founders. And out of those 14, 15 also, I can surely say some of them are just for the namesake and they don't play a major role in the company. So yeah, there is a lot of scope, but just for the sake of discussion, we can say women should be encouraged, or there is a lot of scope for women. But the hard fact is the kind of nurturing or the kind of growth that we have, upbringing that we have in our ecosystem, Indian ecosystem. Like I said in the morning, first thing is, so I was working with G Polarity Investments Office. So G Polarity Group, they have this G Naranama Institute of Technology for Girls as well, and they do invest into startups as well. So sometimes I used to be in the college, and when I walked around in the corridors during the admissions time, the parents thought I was a professor sometimes, and they used to ask me, sir, how are the placements here? Will my girl get a good job? And 99% of the time, parents are worried about placements. And so I'm telling this in the perspective of girls. First thing is placements. Other thing is masters, MBA, higher studies. Third thing is get married to a good guy who is in US, UK, Europe, whatever it is. Am I right? So you are 23, 24, and then your parents start looking out for a guy who can take you to US, UK. And I don't see parents giving an opportunity for them to think or build something innovative. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And my next question is to the management. We believe that your college is new in the incubation ecosystem. So as a management, how do you want to promote more startups and innovations from your college, especially women?
Yes. I can say the thing is promotion of incubation already in the morning itself I have started. The college is having its own incubation center. And as I said, when I compare with the academics, the number is very less. Probably I'll say almost it is at max 20 to 15 people are working on that particular area. So now we need to increase it. As just now Mr. Karthik was saying that the number of the incubations, more particularly women, is less, but I can say in the entire college consisting of approximately 4,000 students, the participation in incubation is almost, I can say it is 1%. I can say the 1% is also very high. That means 40% people, 40 number of people are also very high, because people are not being molded towards the incubations. As Karthik was also mentioning that people are interested to go for a job. They are the job seekers, but they are not in a position to provide a job to the others. Now, not only you, if you go for incubation, you can also provide a good job for the other people. So to promote this particular one, actually in all the departments, the incubation cells have been started, and we are encouraging from the second year students onwards, so that we can bring some of the ideas. If they are interested, then we can fund. That means management is interested to provide some kind of funds so that it will be useful for the at large for the students, and definitely it is also having an advantage towards the college also. And particularly to the women students, the number is, as I said, when I compare to the male, it is less, but still in our case the number of participation from students, female students, is very high. But now I wanted to give a small kind of issue here. The issue is with the faculty members. Faculty members don't have inculcation towards the incubation. If they have that particular one, obviously the next generation, that is students, will take the advantage of this particular one. So therefore my interest is how to inculcate the incubation ideas towards the faculty members is more interesting than the students.
Yeah, so my next question to both of you is, yes, I totally agree that there is a less percentage of women entrepreneurs as of now, but how do you justify things like, women are 50% consumers? For example, take this mobile. So this mobile is not meant for women, so I cannot access with single hand. So even no girl can access and message with single hand. So this design is not meant for me. And at the same time, if you can, have dropped the car, like, the seat belts are not meant for women. When some kind of accident happens, there are 50% of chances that women are prone to death. So in such a case, don't you think that, we should have some women-centric designs? So since they are 50% of consumers, in everything. Take it, be it a car, be it mobile phones, and everyone has a mobile phones. But this is a flaw. Companies are not considering women as their, they are not testing on women. So don't you think we should have more women-centric products or services for both of you?
Yeah. That is, I can say, it's a wonderful question. There is no doubt about it. Yeah. So many times the products are designed as even in the morning, Madam was saying, it is designed based on the male perspective. It is, I can say, it is biased towards a particular gender. It is not only men or women. So it is gender biasness will be there when a product is designed. Yes, there is no doubt about it. I'll bring one more point here. That is, suppose as you mentioned that the mobile phone is one of the product, but the mobile phone, is it useful for the illiterates? That is another question. See, ordinary phones people can use, but coming to the smartphones, yes, illiterates are not prone to use.
Let us stick to this women-centric panel discussion, because yes, I too agree that there are many illiterates who cannot access the smartphones. But I'm just talking about women-centric design, since women are 50% consumers in each and every product and 90% decision makers when it comes to consumer goods. I think you can agree. Your wives or your mothers are the decision makers when they go for the shopping, isn't it? So when such is the situation, why can't we have some kind of woman-centric designs and come up with some kind of a mindset, for the companies, corporates, or even startups, so that they include the women or women-related products or services, so that they can take their opinions, whether it is useful for them, whether it is convenient for them, or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want your views on it.
To a conclusion of this one, the conclusion is actually every product is having its own kind of maybe biasness or some kind of things. So there need to be, as you said, if female is added, definitely the product design will be changed. There is no doubt about it. I'll try to give a small example. When a nano car is built, based on the dream of Ratan Tata, and it was built by Ratan Tata for the, I can say, poorest people in the country. So now the product is, you can see the entire product, whatever the things which are coming into the Ratan Tata's brain have put into that particular car. So therefore, it has been obsolete within 4 or 5 years of design. The reason is, the person who is thinking is having its own ideas, but that person has not brought the requirements of the lowest part of the society. Therefore, as you just mentioned, if a person is, whoever is the user, if the person is bringing into that particular product, then obviously the design will be changed. There is no doubt. I too accept with you. There is no doubt, contradiction about this particular one.
So, you were talking about operating a phone with single hand, is it?
That's just one example that I have quoted.
So, problem is, even I cannot message with my single hand. So either your statement is contradicting, or I am not a man. So something should be there. So because when you come to, let us be very specific about mobile phones. There are some phones which are gender specific also. So if you see Samsung Flip, there is a horizontal flip, there is a vertical flip. Vertical flips are specifically for men. Horizontal flips are specifically for women. That is the reason why you have in the horizontal flips purple color, pink color, and again I am not color specific and gender specific, but still there are phones which are especially designed for women. It only depends on which one you want to buy. Yeah.
Except this,
and the other one was about the shopping, women making decisions about shopping. Hope my dress is good. Is that good?
Absolutely, you are looking
so
smart.
Because thank you. So my daughter selects my dresses, so that's the reason why. See, when I go to a mall, when I go to a shopping mall, 75% of lifestyle or shopper stop is for women, 25% is for men. So I think there should be a discussion why men are not given importance when it comes to shopping. So And
So I think we are diversing this topic. Let's stick to this woman-centric topic. Yes, I do agree that like there are few companies like Samsung and iPhone Mini especially, which is meant for women.
Yes.
So there are companies, but in general and in the broader ways, there are many things that the product or services that is not being considered. I mean, he said that like users, the 50% user is a woman, but still what stops them to include women?
right. So one more example that you were asking was about the seat belt of a car. I don't know the actual numbers. No. In general, if you can give me a percentage.
It doesn't matter whether woman drives or not.
No, because
But
the thing is, end of the day.
Besides the driver's seat,
Yeah.
like for example, wife and husband, like when you drive with your wife,
Yeah.
so she has to wear a belt, right?
But she never complained about that.
This particular piece is not. I think it is contradictory. So I'm a feminist. I could say that's why I'm just raising these issues. Anyway, thank you so much for your opinions.
One more thing is, I can be the best person who can talk about feminism or anything, because from my professional career, except for my business, every corporate, every company that I work with, my manager has been a woman, even today. So no other.
Does that make you feminist?
No, for me
How
it is-
come that makes you feminist?
See, everything that I look at, I see if my manager will be satisfied or not. So
Professionally.
I think what Shaheen wants to say is feminism is not about equality.
Yes.
We are not trying to be equal to men here. We just want better options for us also. That's it. I mean, I don't think she's trying to say that we should have also a say in the design of the phone. No. She's just trying to say probably we can have a car seat belt, or even the distance between the seat or seat.
Yes. Now you can.
First of all, I have such a short height, and every time I drive the car, my first thing is pull the car seat सामने तक लेके जाओ. That's the last place till which the wheels can go. And then I drive, and every time my husband drives, again it goes back. That's like everyday exercise. So that's, I think what she wants to say here is, let's have options for women also. That's it. Like add extra options. Don't delete the ones that you have, or don't modify the ones that you have. Just few more options for us also.
Include design which suits women customer too is the what it is a point that I would like to emphasize on. That's all.
there is an option, we will have an increase in users.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And it is a potential market for the people, like for the corporates, for the startups. And yes, my next question to a startup woman founder. Yes, Usha, so how was your journey being a woman, finding your passion towards startup? As a researcher, moving to a startup was easier?
I think for any startup for that matter, the journey is never ending and the journey is never easy also. Right? It's like, ఎవరైనా open book exam రాసారా ఇక్కడ? Yes. The biggest problem is knowing where is the answer in the open book. అదే అన్నిటికన్నా పెద్ద కష్టం. And the trick is you have to do it in 1 hour. So finding, okay, you should know the book at least, right, to know where is the answer. That's the problem with the startup. Like, you have the solutions with you, but you have to connect the dots. Where is the answer to my question? So once you know that, I think it's very easy. So I had bookish knowledge, I had research experience, but trying to put those pieces together to find the solution for my startup was the biggest journey that I had to cover. But yes, I'm very happy that I took this step. Problems are not over. I am still trying, but at least I tried to come into that 1% that Shaheen was talking about. 1% of the women founders, and not sit and be in that 99% and brood over that. I didn't give it a try. There will be judgments. There will be people who will be saying that there are 100 other brands that are similarly working like you. But at least give it a try. You can always feel bad. Okay, I at least tried and it did not work. But at least give it a try.
Thank you. My next question is to Mr. Karthik. So, yes, as we were discussing, there is a research that says that only 20% of women-led startups are getting funding. So, to encourage more women-led ventures, what kind of changes support system do you get from your current startup ecosystem, and how did you find it, helpful?
So, startup ecosystem, once you are in a startup, once you are an entrepreneur, you see an opportunity in everything. Any networking, any kind of meetup like these kind of events, or associating with these institutes like AIC or TBI, you get that ideas, or you meet newer people, or you get some kind of solutions, you get some kind of guidance or mentorship. So right now I am mentoring, but at the same time, like whenever I meet the people from the AIC, or I visit their events or other things, there are so many things that I also inculcate and I also learn from them. Like, get new people who can help me in my startup. So startup ecosystem is like that. Once you enter into it, you are always open for networking. So I think the best thing that I have gotten from this ecosystem is networking.
Super. Yes, my next question is to Mr. Karthik. So what kind of initiatives are you taking in your incubator at a smaller level, or in Telangana or India at large?
Is it women specific or?
Yes.
Okay.
So topic is Women's Center of Innovations. Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So women specific. Yeah, we encourage women students who want to come up with startups, and we are very well connected in the ecosystem. Be it the women specific incubators, the ALEAP we have in Jubilee Hills and things like that. And our founding directors are women. Most of the HODs in JNTU are women. Like 99% of the HODs are women is what I have observed. So obviously there is importance for women specific startups, but we try to encourage students, but most of the time it is the hard truth is, again, they stop in between. So once they are done with the bachelor's, they are like, okay, we got a good placement with whatever project we have done, so we are happy with that, is what they say. But still, in future, but not now, we are just a 8-month old incubator. In future we'll run a special incubation program for women, and slowly I think we can grow together on that. But we have been encouraging women startups throughout this 8 months, because even my team also, I am the only male person out of 5 people. So my manager, my accounts manager, my admin person, everyone is women. So that's why that way I feel a little blessed.
Yes. So you were saying, so don't you think that less percentage of women in this entrepreneurial ecosystem, or for that matter in any profession, will affect India economically, and we may lag behind in the world? How do you think this is going to affect?
See, it's not about affecting, I see, but unless until the system is running, I don't see any effect happening. But you say 50% of the users are women, and there are women specific startups as well, like Nykas and Mama Earths and all, which are already doing well. And I don't see women falling behind right now, because of the encouragement and the boost that the governments are giving the women. It is only about how you want to utilize those opportunities, because when I started my business, I started it on my mom's name because I got good subsidies. So even for electricity, you have 25 paisa extra subsidy for women businesses. Yeah, even for the loans also, you get 0.5% lesser interest loan and all. So yeah, there are many things that government has done. Only thing is how it reaches women, and if the women are really interested in taking those opportunities is what all matters.
So yeah, we can continue this conversation for long. Yes, please.
The thing is, the mindset of the parents and the students have to be changed. Now I'll try to quote something here. Recently I read some articles. Let us take only the technical students into the consideration, only the students who have completed the BTech. 50% of the students are either going for the higher education or employment or some other kind of areas. Sorry, the number is only 30%, it is not 50% in India. And few people are going outside, I am talking about only female, and when they are completing their MS, they are completing an MS and all these things, out of completion of let us say 100 students, and only the 50 students are going for employment. That means 50% of the students who are studying at US are not going for jobs. And in India, the percentage of the people who are going for the higher education and jobs is only 30%. So this mindset has to be changed. 70% of the Indian female who have studied, that means the other chances they are taking, and they are completing their BTechs or higher education, and they are unable to contribute anything towards the GDP.
Absolutely,
This
that was
is
my
an
point.
important point I wanted to make it out. So let us change the mindset of the male, female, and at the same time I am talking about the parents. Parents' mindset has to be changed. So otherwise, India is going to face a biggest issue in the next 5 to 10 years. I'll talk about some statistics. Recently, if you see the Japan's growth of the population, it has been reduced by 4%. Now, Japan is thinking that down the line, after 8 years or 10 years, the map of the Japan will be removed from the entire world. Similarly, the India is also going to face similar kind of problem. Right now, the workforce of the India is 60%. That means the younger generation people are there around 60%, and after 10 years this percentage becomes only 30%. At that time we have only one option, that is female. Female have to be converted into the employee or workforce, then only the GDP will be increased. Otherwise it is a biggest problem India is going to be facing. So let us make a big system so that all the female definitely will be part of the workforce. Okay?
Absolutely, like very well said, sir. Wow, yes, mindset change. Mindset change. Congratulations. And thank you for contributing to women. Yeah, so to add to whatever you said, so you said like mindset change is required. What kind of skills or do you think required or add-on tools needed to kickstart or accelerate this innovation mindset among students, among parents, and among faculty members?
Yeah. So once again, to add on this, see, it is only the to change the mindset. Only the thing is workshops or one-on-one meetings. I can say I don't require any kind of tool. The tool is your mindset has to be changed, whether it is male or female. I'm not worried about the gender here. Let us say there is a male who wanted to help a female. Both the people should sit at one particular place so that they can share the ideas. So one male or female is coming with an idea, so that can be shared with other people so that the things will go into a proper way. Meaning of this is I don't need any kind of technological tools. However, there is a need of one-on-one kind of discussions or kind of interaction so that the mindset of the people will change. And as Madam was saying just now, unfortunately Indian society is a shy-based society. Nobody will ask any question. If you ask a question, the answer is silence.
A woman entrepreneur story, like, who has been so resilient and broke all stereotypes and started her startup venture. Guys, we will talk.
Was Arundhati an entrepreneur? కొంచెం ఆలోచించి చెప్పండి. So yeah, I mean, sorry, who is that? Miss India. Miss India is not an entrepreneur. No, I mean, yeah. So I mean, not anyone in specific, but most of the women who are coming into limelight nowadays are being very successful and very innovative. But there are few names that I can take because recently I was reading her book and I saw that She was the daughter of one of the employees of United Breweries. Anyone who knows United Breweries? No one knows Vijay Mallya? Kingfisher, yes. So Kingfisher is the brand of United Breweries. Okay, so he was an employee in United Breweries, and his daughter, when she did her bachelor's and all, when she asked her dad what to do next, and then he said, why don't you learn how to brew malt? And she went to Australia, and she learned how to brew malt, and she came back to India, and she wanted to be a brewmaster. Okay, and every other company, the brewing companies, they said, it's a men's job, not a woman to taste beer and say how tasty it is or what to add into it. Then she got offended, and she started her own company, wherein she made enzymes which can enhance brewing, which enhances the beers and the other things. And later on it was acquired by a US company, and then it grew into a bigger company, and in 2004 it was the only biopharma company which was listed on stock exchange. Okay, anyone who can tell me about whom I am talking? Okay, so I'm just talking about Biocon Limited MD Kiran Mazumdar Shah, and she's a wonderful lady, and there are a lot of people like that. If you see youngsters also, there's a lady called Kanika. She also hails from Hyderabad, basically from Mumbai and all, but she is now in Hyderabad. She owns a startup called Jet Set Go. I don't know how many of you know about it. So Jet Set Go does premium chartered flight services for VIPs. So yeah, all the ministers, all the VIPs. She started with an investment of 5,000. She got her application built in Delhi, in the older Delhi, where if you have Zomato, you take the application, go to old Delhi, tell them this is the app I want. They'll build you an application in 10,000 rupees. Same application, same like our Ameerpet. So she got her Jet Set Go app built there, and 9 years later now, she has 6 chartered flights of her own. She has bought 6 chartered flights. She has done 8,000 premium services, 8,000 travels is what she has planned. And sooner or later it will become a unicorn. So these are the wonderful stories that we can hear day in, day out. Yeah.
Absolutely. And my last question, and I would like to end with a woman entrepreneur. So, as a woman, we are multitaskers, right? So, we need to answer many people at home, at office, and of course at society at large. So, do you find any constraint, and what's your message to the young girls who are sitting here?
Yeah, it's a very cliched question, because it's a cliche to a woman that yes, we are multitaskers and every time we will be questioned. But like both of them were saying, mindset has to be changed. And very luckily, Mr. Karthik has a very different mindset. And I think that's what should happen. For the mindset to change, it has to begin from home. Like you should create that space for women. See, you cannot say that the mindset has to change and ask them, please cook food for me, breakfast, lunch, dinner, go to office, and yet please become an entrepreneur. Where is the time to become an entrepreneur? I'm coming home and I'm again washing dishes, I'm washing clothes, and I have to eat, and then I have to sleep and get up again next morning, make breakfast, go to office. Where is the time to think out of the box? So give them this space. Okay, she will cook, help her with dishes. She will wash clothes, at least help her in drying, right? So the message will not only be for the girls, but also for the guys here. Please help your friends here become entrepreneurs. Only you trying to get a good placement is not.
Again, I don't know, but still, take care, all the best, and do different things. Okay? See you. And yes, I'm not, I mean, though I conclude, your sirs have to conclude it, right?
For the boys, can it give you a free advice? Yes. Do you know what is the best way to impress girls? I never spent a rupee on girls. The best way to impress girls, do you know? Encourage them. Whatever she said. Encourage girls, they'll already get impressed. Okay.
That when I could work for the corporate, why not work for my own company? So yeah, so when I was in the corporate, I was working for a nutraceutical industry. So we used to get a lot of these, queries about taste masking. Have you all any time taken vitamin D or this fish oil capsules? It smells ugly and it tastes even uglier. And our company was one of the first companies, and I am one of those scientists, who tried to mask the taste of the fish oil, mask the flavor of the fish oil. And we tried to do it with jugadu as well as some technology, we tried to use it. And then later on soon it became like, using technology in the process development and trying to create new products for the company. And soon other department people also started coming and asking for suggestions how they can improve something very simple, like you get this Captain Cook ka namak ka ad, how to make the salt free flow. Those are also very simple innovations that happen in food technology. Like I don't know if how many of you use Swiggy here? Oh please, everybody raise your hands. Everybody, yes. How many of you have eaten Bairo's biryani? Okay. How many of you have eaten Fasos? One. How many of you eaten pastries from Sweet Truth? Okay, that is also one of the brands. So the point is, all these brands have been run by a single entrepreneur. Okay, Rebel Foods. So that's how it happens. Like you bring out one brand and like you try to solve one problem, and slowly, why is somebody raising a hand there? Or is he just yawning? I think he's having a headache. Okay, my story is going to end soon. So yeah, trying to solve these problems, I found that probably there is a requirement in the market also, to solve these small troubleshooting things that happen in the industry. So that's how the food formula came up. We wanted to, fill that space where any food industry, or if you don't have an idea, also come to me. I will give you idea, and I will build it up into a full-fledged company, food industry. So that's how we started giving services, turnkey projects, where we give idea also, and we help you build up that idea into a commercialized, monetizing that idea also. We help in those areas. And then we slowly started, every day morning you get up and you think, aaj khane mein kya banana hai? For me it's a very big problem. Har din subah utte hi breakfast kya banaye yaar? Time. First of all, I am such a lazy person. I cannot compromise on my sleep. I want to sleep more also, but I want to cook a meal also. I want to have a homemade meal also, because I can't eat out every day. So, my laziness only helped me come up with some, ready to cook products. So we have a line of breakfast, and now I can't decide every day what to cook. So what we did, we curated one breakfast for each day of the week. We have one recipe for Monday, one recipe for Tuesday, like that. We have Monday to Sunday curated recipes which will get cooked in 3 to 7 minutes. They don't have preservatives, they are homemade. Now we are automating it also. So like this, we came up with the product ideas also, and now we are manufacturers also. So innovation, or your entrepreneurship journey doesn't necessarily have to be a path-breaking journey. It could be out of your own laziness, or the problem will be somewhere around you only. Just look for it, and just come up with solutions. Something simple can also be a startup. It need not be something rocket science, right? That's what startups are all about. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Such an inspiring story. Now I would like to hand over to Dr. Suman Mishra, sir, please. The stage is all yours and we have concluded the program successfully. Congratulations for successfully organizing this Srujana Sravanthi Mala, a signature event of Atal Incubation Center, Sri Krishna Devaraya University, and thank you for your hospitality. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Next, I take the privilege of inviting Dr. Usha Rani Madam. Now, at last, not by the least, Ms. Sahin Madam, who is the program coordinator for Atal Incubation Center of SK University. So we would like to request her to take a small token of gratitude from us.
Thank you so much.